This is your WCIA3 forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical.
We had a very nice day across central Illinois. Yes, the winds were breezy again, but those temperatures got up into the upper 70s and low 80s. All that sunshine really made it overall a good spring day. As we move ahead into tonight, we're going to watch these temperatures fall. Champaign got to 80. We were at 79 in Decatur, 82 in Springfield. Right now, Lincoln, one of the warm spots, all the way up to 84. Those current winds are out of the south and southwest as advertised. Sustained winds, 15 to 35. Some gusts have been a little higher throughout the day today. Moving ahead, we'll see some Sunday night rain showers approach. Some of those maybe even into the daytime Sunday. We'll talk about that. Plus the threat for some severe weather Monday. We've got a risk of severe weather now labeled in parts of central Illinois before cooler and showery weather works into the region. I'll have details on that and more as WCIA3 News at 6 starts right now.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA3 News at 6.
Loved ones are preparing to march for answers as to how 3 men died in custody. Good evening, I'm Jen Lask. Over the past 3 years, Jamie Moore, Thomas Dalton, and Josh Edwards each died in the Vermilion County Jail. Now, their families are organizing a candlelight vigil and march in their honor. WCIA3's Jared Farmer is outside the city building. And Jared, tell us where this march is going.
Jen, I'm here at the Civic Center where marchers are going to be gathering about an hour from now to light candles and make their march over to the Vermilion County Jail. I caught up with the family of Jamie Moore to talk about his case. Jamie Moore was the first gentleman to die in Vermilion County Prison. He died in 2018 after police tased him. The family tells me that this march is about making sure incarcerated people are still treated humanely. Moore was the first person, as I mentioned, of the 3 Hoopeston men to die in this jail. Thomas Dalton died 2 years later in 2020 after he became really sick when inside the prison and was denied medical attention by staff. The 3rd inmate, Josh Edwards, died earlier in April. Coming up at 10, we'll hear more from the Dalton and Moore families, as well as the attorney that is representing them, Louis Meyer. But for now, live in Danville, I'm Jared Farmer, WCIA3, your local news leader.
All right, Jared, thank you. Police in Tilton are investigating after someone broke into several cars overnight. It happened early Friday morning in the neighborhood behind Thomas Park. Neighbors say the suspect went car to car looking for cash and other valuables. The mayor of Tilton says his car was also broken into and is warning people to be more careful when leaving things in your car unlocked.
Anytime you're from a small community, everybody thinks that, well, you don't have to lock your doors, you don't have to lock your house. And it don't happen in small communities, and now it's happened, and we're urging everybody to make sure they lock their house and their doors of their cars.
He says if you know anything or see someone suspicious wandering around the neighborhood looking into the cars, give police a call. Gun violence is on the rise, and local communities aren't being spared from this trend. Leaders in Rantoul held a meeting today, giving voice to those wanting to help combat the problem. WCIA3's Jane Kim spoke to some of the people involved. Jane, tell us what they had to say.
Rantoul is separated into 6 districts. Community leaders and Rantoul police say District 2 on the southeast side has the most gun violence. Leaders don't want to paint the picture that the area is riddled with crime, but they also don't want it to get out of hand.
Having a voice is critical, and to do it in an organized manner, you can begin to address the problem.
Regina Kreider is the trustee-elect of Rantoul's District 2. She's lived in the area for 15+ years, and she says she's never seen anything like this before, with the spike in crime and gun violence. So she organized a meeting for members of the community to attend, where people could voice their concerns.
And we want to sit down and have a rich dialogue, and I want to hear, what are your thoughts? What do you think the problem is? How can we address this problem? I think when people feel heard, then they're willing to get in and be a part of the heavy lifting.
Kreider says progress can only happen with the help of Rantoul police. She says it's about collaborating. Police say they want to work hand in hand with community members to help face the issue.
Put forth an effort to see what we can do when we all come together collectively and get creative and say what we can do to kind of solve a problem that we are seeing.
About 24 people came to the meeting. Kreider led the discussion with questions about how to make the district safer. Participants also talked about the importance of unity during these times and having a space for people to talk, especially if they have connections to the gun violence.
We want to curtail it early, nip it in the bud. Families need to be safe, children need to be safe, and we want people to know that this is a safe community.
We asked police for numbers about the violence. They weren't able to give us specifics, but say teens and young adults are involved. In the newsroom, Jane Kim, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jane, thank you. State leaders are working towards revamping Illinois' juvenile justice system, and this week a statewide task force said it's also time to reform the women's system. The task force is made up of state politicians and advocacy groups across Illinois. It started in 2018, and the goal was set at decreasing women's prison population by 50%.
Percentage is decreasing and women are given a chance. That means more women going to school, more women getting jobs that are beyond a job worth what they see as a felon should have.
The plan got a head start after COVID-19 began spreading. Governor Pritzker cut the women's prison population by 37% during the pandemic in an effort to slow the spread of the virus in jails. Third-party delivery services for restaurants will sometimes post menus to restaurants they don't have a deal with. A new bill in the State House would make that illegal. It's a problem that's all too familiar for some restaurant owners in Champaign. Black Dog Smoke and Ale House never signed on with any of the apps, but they still saw their menus getting posted. They say it caused issues with their customers.
Anytime they've contacted me and asked me about doing it, I've always said no. And so we just find out because we start to get phone calls or different things from people that usually aren't happy about what happened when they got a delivery from our place, and it wasn't done by us.
Many restaurants turned to third-party delivery services to help survive during the pandemic when indoor dining was shut down. May is Foster Care Awareness Month, and one organization is doing its part to highlight the importance. The Family Room serves families with foster children. It's hosting the Little Blue House campaign today through Tuesday. The organization wants to post images of little blue houses in windows or homes, or draw on sidewalks with blue chalk. They want to inspire conversations about the importance of foster care to children through art.
We think the Little Blue House represents, that sense of care and compassion and home and structure that, all children crave, and we're going to do our part to provide that for them.
On Tuesday, Wingstop will be donating a portion of their sales to the Family Room. The restaurant is also offering a complimentary order of boneless wings to people who support the campaign. Market at the Square in downtown Urbana had its grand opening for the season today. More than 40 vendors were there offering a variety of things such as handmade items from artisans and fresh produce from local farmers. They're accepting SNAP and WIC benefits as well as PEBT cards. The market will open each Saturday morning, come rain or shine.
This has been a real staple of the community for over 41 years now, and so Urbana's Market at the Square is a real great place for people to come get their fresh local food, support their local farmers, their local artisans, and just meet up with each other. Even if we're still masked, we can say hi, and so it is really wonderful being a part of this community event.
You can stop by anytime from 7 until noon each Saturday until October. The market is right on the corner of Illinois and Vine Streets, and coming up, it's getting easier to safely travel as more people get vaccinated. But we'll explain why one organization is encouraging you to take a staycation instead of a vacation. And Jacob, if you want to take a staycation, I feel like today's the perfect day to really get out there and enjoy it all.
Yeah, it was fantastic. We had lots of folks say they went for a walk at the park. They got outside, did some gardening. Yes, the wind was up. Yes, pollen count is going up. But the good weather looks like it's coming to an end here. As we move forth, we've actually got now a chance for severe weather on Monday into Monday night here. A broad area from Oklahoma through the Ohio River Valley does include parts of central Illinois. We'll talk about what we think may happen and the threats you may see in your neighborhood coming up after this.